to another Nintendo Japanese Suruga-Ya unboxing. Can't help myself sometimes, and they actually got an item in stock that I've been waiting to get, so I didn't want it to sell out because they got two of them in. I hesitated on one, and then they sold out of the one. I was like, crap, I want this. I've been wanting this for a while, so it's like I gotta get it. And since they were doing the free shipping, I was like, I don't want to just order the one thing. Let me get a couple things off my wish list. So that's what this big thing is, but we're gonna save that for last. We're gonna start with the smallest, weirdest thing that I picked up on this shopping trip. This was only a couple dollars. Let me open this. But I just had to have it because of my love for this particular anime and the fact that it's from my childhood and doesn't really get a lot of new stuff these days. So I had to get this just for the sake of it. And it is a Ronin Warriors, or in Japan, Samurai Troopers fold-out poster, which I don't know what this anime is, but that's on the back. But that's not what I ordered for. I ordered this bad boy right here, just because I love. You can't really get a lot of artwork. This is an unusual size. I was hoping this was going to be like 8 by 12, 8 by 11, so I could easily get a frame for it. But let me measure that. If the ceiling fan doesn't blow it away. This is, looks like it's 13, 14 by like 20. I don't think that's a standard frame size, so yay, that's going to be fun to search for a frame for. But yeah, just I saw this was a couple dollars. I had to add this to the order just because I love my Ronin Warriors stuff, and I don't have any. It's hard to find artwork for the Ronin Warriors these days that's like authentic artwork and not just stuff you can buy for sale. I wanted something authentic. If I ever find any at like a con or something like that, I'd probably pick some up, but I don't think I ever see any at a con. Like you'll see like Power Rangers and stuff like that, but never Ronin Warriors. It's one of those like 90s toys that doesn't get a lot of love, except for us cherished few fans. But yeah, I picked that up. Next up, we continue, I'll show two things. We continue our Metal Gear Solid completionist of getting not every physical release, but of the original releases. So I think I've completed my PSP collection with Metal Gear Acid. I believe this is a card battle Metal Gear game, so that's pretty unique and cool. Let me just look at the manual. Yeah, card battling. I do love these PSP manuals. PSP people who I never had one in the US, were they like this thin in the US versions, or did you get like a chintzy little one? But yeah, kind of cool card battling stuff. If I ever get a PSP, I might try to get the American version of this if it's not stupid expensive and try it out. I always like to try out. Look at that artwork, man! I just love the Metal Gear artwork. I always love to try out card battling games. I'm not big on card games like Pokemon and Magic the Gathering, Wizards of the Coast, who makes it. But like these kind of card video games where you use cards as your RPG. Really cool artwork on the inside too. You use cards as your RPG mechanism. I always think it's kind of cool. And I always give them a chance. Like I've got Marvel Midnight Suns that I haven't played yet. Picked that up last year, Black Friday sale. Disc is in really good shape. That I picked up on a Black Friday sale last year for like $10, brand new. I haven't played it yet, but I want to try it out. So, yeah, there is Metal Gear Acid, and we'll display it right there for now. Move those out of the way. But yeah, continuing that trend, Metal Gear Solid 2. Oh, look, it looks like the Japanese ones don't have those stupid tabs that the American version had. I always hated those. Like, I broke them off a couple of my cases because I forgot they were there because I'd open it up like nope. No, speaking of broken, clip, it just fell out. Oh, there it is. Little clip to hold in the manual just fell. Oh, that's all right. But there it is, Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty. I like that artwork better than the American one. Generally speaking, I tend to like the Japanese artwork better than the American artwork, and per usual, that used disc is in almost perfect shape. Also, I can't remember exactly what the... I can't remember exactly what the Metal Gear Solid 2 disc looked like. Probably had the same kind of font, but I like that blue that's on the case. And it's got a nice little texture to it. It's not like smooth paint. It's got a little texture. That's really cool. But as per usual, little memory card slot for your PlayStation games. I always love that when game cases used to do that when we had to use memory cards. But here is the instruction manual. Once again, we got a nice little comic book on the inside. Looks like the comic book might be instruction manga. That is unique and very cool. I've got the warranty card still in there. And just some cool little art. Not a ton of artwork. That's the last page. But yeah, I like that instruction manga stealth game. And of course, we got that classic Metal Gear artwork. I always love that artwork. That and like the Final Fantasy artwork just blows me away. But yeah, just your typical instruction manual. Just seeing if there's any more manga in there. Warranty card. But I will be playing Metal Gear Solid 2 pretty soon. Because I've got the Metal Gear Collection Volume 1. I've already played through Metal Gear Solid 1. There's some more of that great artwork. And I wanted to... I'm going to play through them all eventually. But yeah, I'm going to be playing 2 very soon because 2's awesome. 2 is what made me fall in love with the Metal Gear games because I didn't have a PS1 at the time, so I never played the first Metal Gear, but I loved it. I remember the Bleamcast for Dreamcast, and I always was like tempted to get that just so I could play Metal Gear on my Dreamcast, but I didn't quite understand how it worked, so I never bought it. But I was also a teenager then, so it was like I didn't have a lot of money to spare to try out new things like that. So yeah, but Metal Gear Solid 2, I remember I bought Zone of Enders on the PlayStation 2 at or around launch to get the Metal Gear Solid 2 demo. Played the heck out of Metal Gear Solid 2 when it came out on the PlayStation 2. Oh, by the way, wear my Boss Coffee t-shirt. But yeah, so a cool kind of fun fact about Metal Gear Solid 2. I don't know if it was all regions or just the US regions, but there was like a contest. You could like send your name into Konami, and then you could end up on one of the dog tags of soldiers in the game. Like when you were Snake, if you killed them or incapacitated them, you could take the dog tags, and you could be one of the soldiers in the game. I don't know if they ever notified people if they were in the game or not. So if they never notified people, I could be in the game. I never found my dog tags, so that's one of those things. Like, and I remember my dad. He was very like, he's like, no McCain has ever died in a war or been taken captured. Why would you want to enter this contest and blah, 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 blah. I was like, Dad, it's a video game. It's to get my name in a video game that I love. It's not that deep, Dad. It's not that deep. But I remember he just made a huge hubbub about it, and I just kind of laughed. So next up, it's kind of a... Had to get this. I owned this on the Super Nintendo, and it was like the only thing that got lost when I moved to my new house, the house I'm currently in. And it broke my heart because it was one of my childhood games, one of my all-time favorite games of all time. And it's much less expensive in Japan. So I got it in box in Japan, but Chrono Trigger. It's one of those things, I always meant to buy it when I was in Japan, but I could never find it in box. I only ever just found the cartridge. And Super Famicom cartridges aren't the best things to look at, but this was a pretty good price. Get it in the box so I can display it. I don't know if this comes with the manual or not. I don't think this one does. Oh, maybe it does. Oh, yeah, we got the manual. Oh, we got a complete set in here. The game cart could be in a little bit better condition. But there we go. We got the manual and everything. God, I love this game. I want to stream it eventually, and I will. But there's the manual. Even got the plastic wrap. See, this is why like boxes got kept in Japan, because you can just put your games back in a plastic and not cheap cardboard thing. What is this? This is a card about AC adapter. So there's that. But I might try to get a better cart down the road to replace this, because you can see just like the plastic fading. But the label's in good condition. My label had like, on my American version, had like a little tear right down there, so that wasn't 100% mint. Now this is one of my all-time favorite game. Oh no, probably my all-time favorite game. So glad to have a complete version back in the collection, even though it's not the very expensive American edition, which I will purchase again someday. The prices on it are starting to come down, so it's still more money than I want to pay for it since I owned it. And there's hope that it is somewhere in the house, like maybe a box that I had, like, because the movers repacked a bunch of our stuff, and so I think it might have gotten repacked in something. I just haven't found it yet, though. All of my stuff I've unpacked. I don't know about my son and my wife. So it's kind of like when I see a box that does not look familiar to me, like, I don't think I've gone through this box. I open it up and go through everything just in hopes I'm going to find that game. I did have a buddy ask, like, do I think, like, the movers stole it? And I don't think so, because, A, that'd be, for, like, those guys who are the movers, that'd be a very obscure thing for them to steal, because unless you're, like, a video game collector, you're not going to know the value of that to steal. And to steal that obscure one-item thing, that would raise suspicion. So I don't think... Of course, maybe that's what they think, and maybe that's what they thought I would think. But no, I don't think they did that. I think it either fell out in the truck because they repacked things and didn't close all the boxes right, which their fault, not ours. Or it just got put in another box, and I haven't found it yet. Like I said, I believe all my stuff's unpacked. We've been here for 2 years now. But yeah, so I wanted to get this back in the collection. There's the back of the box. Get it closer to the camera. Front of the box again. But I wanted to get this back in my collection because I love this game. I just wanted to have it physically, and it's a lot cheaper, the Japanese version, than the American version. So to go along with that, I picked up the Japanese strategy guide. I got this for the pictures. And of course, it's in true Japanese fashion. It goes backwards from American text. So all you manga fans, oh, it's like a fold-out poster. Oh, that's cool. I don't think I'm going to take that. I'm going to leave this complete, but really cool fold-out poster of Chrono. But yeah, I bought this and there's maps on the back. I bought this because eventually I will read kanji. I've been studying and practicing. But I bought this for the Akira Toriyama artwork that is going to be splashed throughout this thing. And this is something I'm going to keep on this computer desk. And then just like kind of skim through. I do wish us and the Japanese had the same way of thumbing through things. In fact, for us American Chrono Trigger fans, there's the American box art. I don't know why that picture was chosen of all the pictures to be on the box art. Like, this makes more sense to me to be the box art because you see all your party members, except for Magus. So it kind of gives you all the characters and stuff like that, and really nice. But I mean, that's a good action shot, but like, you're almost never in the snow, and none of the characters are dressed like this at all in the game. So just always an odd choice to me once I started playing the game. But yeah, I remember the first time I saw Chrono Trigger in person. It was at this big electronics store called Another Universe. I think they had a few in the U.S. I know they had a big one in Virginia. And they were going to put Best Buy out of business. They did not do that, obviously. Best Buy's doing a good job putting themselves out of business these days, but they it was a cool little package set. It was in one of those big blisters, and it came with Chrono Trigger and the strategy guide. It was a really cool set, and I always looked at that and I always wanted that set, but I never got it. I didn't get Chrono Trigger until a few years later. My buddy Jason traded me his copy of Chrono Trigger for something way less valuable than Chrono Trigger. I think it was like in exchange for gas money because I drove him like on like a 2-hour trip to go somewhere that he wanted to go. So that was how he paid me back, was giving me Chrono Trigger, which was starting to become rare then because he had let me borrow it because I always wanted to play it but never got a copy of my own. It was a couple years old at that point, and he gave it to me to use. And I was like, oh, this game's awesome, blah, blah, blah. And then he needed a ride somewhere, so I gave him a ride. And to go along with Chrono Trigger, so I can stream it, I have it on the PlayStation, but I need a memory card to save my progress. So I was like, let me get a memory card. Then when I was thinking about getting a memory card, oh, this needs a battery. When I was thinking about, I need to get a memory card, well, there's a Japanese exclusive memory card that is really cool. and that I always kind of wanted, but the Sony Pocket Station. It's kind of like this never came out in America. I think at one point they talked about it because I knew about this like at the time, and I want to say it's because it was in like EGM or one of the maybe Game Pro or something like that, and you would just but this doesn't have a battery in it, so I can't power it. Oh, wow. It's got the PlayStation logo burned into the screen, though. I don't know if the camera's going to... Oh. Yeah, the camera can't really pick that up. But the PlayStation logo is burned into the LCD screen. Probably just because it always popped up when you played it. But yeah, so I needed a memory card, and this was like $1 more than a regular standard memory card. So I just thought this would be something cool to have. I got to get a new battery for it. Battery's out, so hopefully everything works when I power that up. And so I'm just trying to get this open. I don't want to break it, but like this part flips up somehow. There we go. Okay, that just flips up and you slide it right in the slot like you would a regular Sony memory card. So hopefully everything works in this. The pins look pretty good, and if it doesn't work, then I will just have to go buy a memory card, and this will just be a cool little display thing. But I'm hoping this works. Just like I always like the VMUs for the Dreamcast, and I just thought this was cool. I think a couple of the Final Fantasy games actually take advantage of the little LCD mini games that you can play on this. So yeah, that's gonna go with Chrono Trigger for the PlayStation. Then I'm gonna start streaming soon on that because I love that game, and I haven't played it in a couple of years. So I haven't beaten it in several years, but I haven't picked it up to play in a while, and I haven't played through it from start to finish without using New Game Plus. Probably in like a decade. Like every time I've picked it up, it's always been New Game Plus, just kind of playing through, getting one of the different 13 endings, I believe it is. Yeah, Chrono Trigger, just that great artwork by Akira Toriyama, which is why I picked this up. I actually thought this was going to be, like, it's got a lot of material in there, but I thought it was going to be like the size of standard American strategy guide kind of thing. But that is really cool. I needed another Saturn game, and so I had to get the Saturn Classic Daytona USA. Just a fun arcade racing game. This one does not have the spine card in it. That disc is pristine. Gotta love buying used games from Japan. Inexpensive, and also, I don't think any of my used Dreamcast, Saturn, PlayStation, GameCube discs have any scratches on them at all. Like, they all look brand new. But yeah, Daytona USA, really fun arcade racer. I remember really liking this game as a kid, playing it at the arcade. So I was like, I'll get it for the Saturn. It's a classic Saturn game. And it's one of those games like Knights. I want to say, like, if you own a Saturn, you need to have Knights. Oh, there's the thumbs up from the camera. You need to have Knights, Virtua Fighter, Panzer Dragoon, and Daytona USA. I've got 3 of the 4 now. I got to find a decently priced Panzer Dragoon. But yeah, those for me, those are like the core games you have to have if you have a Saturn. So I got most of them. Just need to get Panzer Dragoon now. Oh, you're going to be off camera. All right, so now we're going to get... So this is a combo thing. We're going to get to the biggie, the wrapped up special. So I'll give a little preview. So it's a game I saw... I'd seen it before, but I didn't really know what it was. But I saw 4 AM Laundry talk about it, and I thought it was really cool, and he's posted about it on his Twitter and Instagram. But Denshin Daigo 64, and this is exactly what it is. It's a train simulator, and I could have just bought the train simulator and been done with it and played with it. But you know me, I got to go that extra mile for N64 stuff. And playing a train simulator with just a basic controller is all well and good. But why not have the Denshin Daigo N64 controller? So this is what I was talking about that sold out. And I got this for kind of a steal. Wow, this is in really good condition. Wow, this is in such good condition. This, I mean, there's a couple little like things on the stickers, but that, like, there's like no scratches on this whatsoever. So yeah, so this goes for quite a bit of money in the U.S. Like $100. Wow, none of this. I expected these to be really like. Oh, wait, get that by the microphone. If you can hear that click. Wow, that sounds good. Oh, I was really worried when I ordered this because the inbox one was what sold out, and I was like, oh no. And then I saw this, but no, this all feels really good. The cord is in great shape, so I imagine it should work. I'm going to be playing this on stream. I'll have to set up like two camera, like my camera won't be looking at me. I'll probably like looking down at this. So, so this right here, whenever I looked at it, I was like, is that like a cup holder? Is this like a cup holder for your coffee? You're driving the morning subway, you're driving all the people in, you need your coffee? No, this is actually for a stopwatch. Not stopwatch, I'm sorry, a pocket watch. Because, you know, old train conductors and stuff like that, they still train conductors. And there's actually, I'm going to see if I can find it. There's a Denshin de Go stopwatch that's supposed to go in there. So I'm going to see if I can find that, if it's not like super expensive, and complete the set. But yeah, Denshin de Go and the Denshin de Go 64 controller. Just something really cool that I don't need, but I wanted. So I got to figure out. I'm going to assume this is like to accelerate and this is the brake. But I'm going to have to find like instructions to actually learn how to use this, because I know when I pop this game in, everything's going to be in kanji. So, but yeah, this is super cool. I'm going to have to find a way to display that back there, kind of so you can see it when I'm not using it. Decently length cord. Oh, wait, I have cord extensions for my N64. I forgot. So, yeah, that's going to fit, and that's going to go. And that's going to be so cool to play. I'm super excited for this. So, yeah, I'll be doing some Denshin de Go streaming for anybody who's interested. But I'll post those videos on the YouTube channel and everything. So, that's it for this unboxing. Some really cool Japanese stuff. Man, once again, picking a favorite. Again, in the comments, definitely let me know your favorite. Having Chrono Trigger back definitely hits in the feels. Be a bigger feels if it was the USA version, or even bigger feels if I found my version. But because this is something that I've come across so many times in past while in Japan, because I couldn't find it in box, and very cool, I think I got to go with the Denshin de Go controller as a favorite. Also, this is a popular series made by Taito in Japan, Denshin de Go. It's not just on the 64, it's on the PlayStation, PlayStation 2. They even still make it on the Switch. But because I've got my N64 collection going, I wanted to get it on the N64. But yeah, Japan loves their trains. I think it's because their transit system is so great. It's so on time. I mean, when we were over there, because we'd always use Google Maps, really helps you out when you're over there to like say where to go to the station, tell you when the train would arrive. And if Google Maps said that train was arriving at 9:55 on the dot, that train is pulling into the station. So I think maybe that's where Japan's obsession with trains comes from, because like over there with their Transformers, there's a bunch of different Transformers in like the different subway cars, the Shinkansen, the bullet train. So they love their trains over there, and I have to assume it's because their transit system is second to none in the world. So it was just kind of like just seeing that, I think because you can get a controller for it is what made me think, it's like, I kind of want this game. I want to try it out. So I actually, before I ordered this, I watched a playthrough of it, and basically your time, you got to get from station to station time and stuff like that. So I'm going to try to master this game and become a train conductor. And that way, whenever I'm in Japan, if something happens and they're like, does anybody know how to drive a train? I'm like, I know how to drive a train. And then I get up there and the controls are nothing like an N64 controller. I'm like, I don't know how to drive a train. But no, so that is this week's unboxing. I'm probably going to be taking a break from buying games. This was the most expensive. Everything else was like under $10. I think Chrono Trigger might have been at $15 because it's complete in box. But yeah, everything else was definitely under $10. This was a little bit more, but still not nearly as expensive as it is in the US. So got a good deal there. So probably going to take a break a little bit on the Japanese games, because mostly I got pretty much everything I want off my wish list on there. There are several expensive things on there that those are like pie in the sky wish, or if this YouTube Twitch channel takes off and I start making money off of that, then I'll probably buy those things. But those are just kind of wish list things to get at some point. But yeah, so that's the unboxing. Like I said, Genshin Go with the controller I think is my #1 pick for this unboxing. Let me know what you guys think. Is it Metal Gear Solid 2? Is it Metal Gear Acid for the PSP? Maybe you're a Daytona USA fan. I mean, I know my Chrono Trigger fans are out there. Pocket Station, Chrono Trigger Super Famicom strategy guide, or the oddly sized that I gotta find a freaking weird ass frame for Ronin Warriors picture. This might have been #1 if it wasn't for Genshin Go, because I love the Ronin Warriors, and having like a poster that I'm going to assume because it's tri-folded, probably came from a Japanese magazine, is even kind of cooler. So those are my picks. Let me know what you thought below. Like I said, I'm always open up to suggestions. If you can think of like a cool Japanese only game that I might be able to find there, let me know and I'll give a look for it, and maybe they'll show up on an unboxing if I think it looks cool and stuff like that. But yeah, thank you for watching. Take it easy and have a great evening. Bye.